Correct. One of the important areas we have to see is the salarjung reforms. Salarjung reforms, that's one of the important areas so that we can see. Salarjung reforms. Wherever it may be, reforms are necessary. So for the development or for the improvement, these reforms are necessary. Otherwise, if reforms are not there, automatically it will go back. That's why here reforms are necessary. Salarjung reforms we are calling. This Salarjung's original name, Turaz Ali Khan. Original name. His original name is Turab Ali Khan. His original name, Turab Ali Khan. He worked in Nizam's period, especially as Prime Minister. So under three Nizams, he worked as Prime Minister. He joined in the service in the year 1853, continued till 1883. He joined in the service of Nizams in the year 1853, continued till 1883. He worked under three Nizams. One is Nasiruddaulah. Under three Nizams he worked. Under three Nizams. He worked under three Nizams. That important point you have to remember. So first one, Nasiruddaulah. Nasiruddaullah's period. Nasiruddaulah. He worked under Nasiruddaulah. Second one, Afjaluddaulah. Afjaluddaulah. He worked under Afjaluddaulah. He worked under Mir Mahbub Ali Khan. He worked under Mir Mahbub Ali Khan. So there is at last he was dead in the period of this Mir Mahbub Ali Khan. He worked as even a guardian to this Mir Mahbub Ali Khan, because at the age of 3 years only, this Mir Mahbub Ali Khan came to power. Right? At this moment, the Salarjung worked as guardian to this Mir Mahbub Ali Khan. And at last he was dead in the year 1883 only. At the age of 24 only, he came to power. So the Salarjung came to power. Salarjung came to power at the age of 24. At the age of 24 years only, he came to power. Oxford University provided, so honored him with an honorary doctorate. Honorary doctorate was given to this Salarjung. Oxford University. This Oxford University, what happened? Awarded doctorate, honorary doctorate. Honorary doctorate to this one. Doctorate to this one, like that it was said. So like this, all these important points you have to remember. What important reforms they are there? So there's revenue reforms they are there, administrative reforms they are there, educational reforms they are there, police reforms they are there, like that. So many reforms they are there in the period of especially this one. So in the period of this one, what happened in the sense, so land revenue. So land revenue, that was especially previously money that was spent like anything, and especially income went down completely. Abolished the auction commission. Previously they were giving auction, bidding. Whoever says highest amount, quotes highest amount, they were giving tax collection authority to him. Like that auction that existed, that collection of land revenue. So before 1853 that existed, that was abolished. And Jilla Bandi system that was introduced by this one in the year. So this revenue, administrative and revenue reforms if you see. Administrative and revenue reforms if you see. Previously what happened? Previously this auction system that existed, that auction system that was abolished. Whoever quotes highest amount, to him only this tax collection authority given. Administration and revenue reforms. Revenue reforms we are calling. Administration and revenue reforms. In this, what happened in the sense, previously what happened, so this auction system that existed, this auction system that was abolished in 1853 itself. Prior to 1853, auction system that existed, this auction system that was abolished, that is one. Administrative and revenue reforms. In 1853, auction system that was abolished. In 1865, Jilla Bandi system that was introduced. Jilla Bandi system. In 1865 only, in tax collection, Jilla Bandi system. Jilla Bandi system that was introduced. So these employees are appointed to collect the taxes. Okay, they have provided salary like that. So it was especially so that happened. Okay, so at the time of introduction of Jilla Bandi system, okay, so there's so Nizam's time introduced this one only. So Jilla Bandi system that was introduced like that, it was set. Okay, so there is he divided state into 5 subas and 17 districts. He divided this state into 5 subas. Suba is the state. 5 subas and 17 districts like that he divided. He divided this one into 17 districts. 5 subas and 17 districts like that he divided. So every suba divided into zilla, further divided into taluk, and contains taluk, contains villages. So like this here, decentralization of administration that was established by this one like that we can say. So department of administration that is called Majlis-e Malguzari. Department of administration. So there is so Department of Administration that is called Majlis. This is called what? Majlis-e Malguzari. Malguzari. Okay, this department that was established by this one to look after the administration we can say. So Suba is headed by Subedar. So then Jilla, collector we can say. So otherwise we can say Talukdar. Talukdar was the head for district. And Tahsildar he was head for Taluk. Tahsildar was head for Taluk. And Grama, Patwari, Mukaddam, etc., Pandya, etc., they existed like that you can say. Okay. Majlis-e Malguzari, that especially what happened, existed. Suba, that is administered by Subedar. District level administration that was continued by Talukdar. Okay, Talukdar used to look after. And Tahsildar, they used to especially in Taluk level only, Tahsildar existed. District level, in the district level what happened in the sense Talukdar existed, that is one. So in Taluk level Tahsildar existed, that you have to remember. Okay, so in the revenue administration there is administration, department of administration that is called Majlis-e Malguzari, that is important. Okay, in the state level, state is called Suba. Suba is headed by Subedar. Head of the state is called head of state Subedar, we are calling Subedar. District head is called district head. District head was called Talukdar. Talukdar, like that it was. Okay. The Talukdar like that it was said. Talukdar. Okay. Talukdar like that it was. So then Taluk level. Taluk level. Okay. Taluk level if you see. Taluk level if you see. Okay. So here Tahsildar. Tahsildar. Okay, Tahsildar like that it was said, Tahsildar. So village or Grama, Patwari, Pandya, so Mukaddam, etc. all these existed in Grama. So all these heads, Patwari, Karanam, Reddy, etc. Patwari, Karanam, etc. they all existed in Grama. Decentralization of administration that continued. So department head, district head was district. So here state head was Subedar. District head was, so this Talukdar we can say. So Taluk, okay, Talukdar like that we can say like that. So all these decentralization of administration that was continued like that it was said. So these ministries of revenue, judiciary and police, all these were separated. Okay, so there's like this here administrative reforms. One important bit here, Majlis-e Malguzari, that is very very important. Who is the which is the department which looked after the administration? It is Majlis-e Malguzari. That's the department which was established by this one. 5 subas are established and 17 districts are established by this one. District head was called Talukdar. Okay, and Taluk head was Tahsildar. Taluk head was Tahsildar, like that. So there is reforms, administrative reforms or revenue reforms like that we can say. Second one, economic reforms. Economic reforms we can say. Economic reforms. What economic reforms they are there? Okay. So this he introduced a rupee called Holi Sikka. Mint was established in Hyderabad. Okay, at Secretariat region only. Mint compound we are calling Like that, here he introduced a rupee. He introduced this rupee that is called Holly Sikka. That was introduced by this one. Holly Sikka we are calling. This continued many years. Holly Sikka, that was rupee, that was introduced. Coin. Introduced by this one is Holly Sikka, we can say. Mint. This mint that was established in Hyderabad only at Secretariat region. Hyderabad at Secretariat region only. He established this especially. And regional mints were established there at Gadwal and Narayanpet. One is at Gadwal. Gadwal Fort, you know well. Gadwal Fort, 32 feet length. There is especially cannon. Okay, that is there like that. It is said, you know well. Like this here, regional mints they established there at Gadwal and Narayanpet. Regional mints were established there at Gadwal. At the same time, Narayanpet. In these two places, he established regional mints. Okay, that is also one of the important one. Previously, what happened in the sense, unnecessary expenditure that existed, nearly what happened? 1,000 employees were removed. Unnecessary posts were abolished. 1,000 unnecessary posts. This salarjung abolished 1,000 unnecessary. 1,000 unnecessary posts. By giving some amount, asked them to drop. They provided some money. So tomorrow onwards not necessary. Better you take this amount. So you search for some other job or in private sector you can do something like that. They said anyhow 1,000 posts, 1,000 unnecessary jobs were abolished. Automatically what will happen? The salaries of 1,000 people. So that is definitely income. Okay. Like that, that is also one of the important things like that it was said. Okay. 1,000 employee salaries automatically. So what happened? So there is stopped providing the things and unnecessary expenditure that was reduced, we can say. Okay. So there is unnecessary expenditure, that is rupee, that is established. Rupee, that is called Holly Sikka. Mint was established there at Hyderabad only. Mint compound we are calling. And regional mints Gadwal and Narayanpet only established, right? Then in 1857 revolt, what happened means, in 1857 revolt, they supported the British. What the British said is, previously, these people borrowed money from William Palmer and Company, established a bank, you know well. William Palmer and Company established a bank. From that bank, they borrowed money, 50 lakh rupees. The British said that, what happened? The British said that, okay, the British said what in the sense? The British said that, so if you support the British, we are going to waive off this 50 lakh rupees. No need to pay 50 lakh. We are going to waive off this 50 lakh rupees, like that it said. Then what happened? Salarjung said to this Afjaluddaulah. Afjaluddaulah was Nizam during that time. And both decided to help the British only. Like that, this 50 lakh rupees waived off. Okay, that is also one of the things which happened. And at the same time, reduced the army expenditure. Reduced the army expenditure. Wherever British soldiers are there, because they entered in subsidiary alliance, you know well. Subsidiary alliance introduced by Lord Wellesley in 1798. Okay, who was the first one in India to join the subsidiary alliance? Nizam Ali Khan. Hence, the British provided big army to Nizam Ali Khan, and with that, ceded districts were given to the British by Nizam Ali Khan. Right? At this moment, what happened? Wherever this British army existing, this Salarjung avoided Nizam's army. Wherever Nizam's army that is existing, he avoided British army. Like that, army expenditure also what happened? To some extent, it was reduced, like that it was said. Okay, that is also one of the things like that it was. Then he brought reforms in Jilabandi system, and with this Jilabandi system, what happened in the sense, in 1865 only this Jilabandi system came into force, you know well. Jilabandi system. Jilabandi system that was introduced in the year 1865. With this Jilabandi system, taxes were collected properly. Okay, Jilabandi system. Every revenue division, the Subedar was in charge, we can say. Okay, like that. So it went well, we can say, and at the same time. Okay, so this revenue board was abolished in 1867. Revenue board that existed. Revenue board was abolished in 1867. This revenue board was abolished in 1867. In 1867 only he abolished this revenue board, like that it was said. Okay, so and another board by name. Okay, so this Farmiki Malguziri that was established. Okay, so Malguziri, this Department of Administration also called Malguziri, we can say. This so Farmaki E Malguziri, like that, that is called, that is also established like that. Then Inam lands were cancelled. Inam lands, previously Inam lands they are provided. Inam lands, what happened? Who cancelled? This is the salarjung one only cancelled even Inam lands. Then Raitwari system that was introduced. Inam lands were cancelled. In revenue economic reforms, Inam lands were cancelled. Inam lands, they were cancelled. Raitwari system. Raitwari system that was introduced. Raitwari system that was introduced, like that it was said. Raitwari system that was introduced. Okay. So revenue can be revised 30 years once, like that they said. In this one, immediately this was not especially this raised. So 30 years once only it can be, like that it was all said. Like that, that is also one of the important these things happened in the period of this one. So like this he brought. So previously these Nizams, they mortgaged all golden ornaments and they got how much amount? 2 crore 70 lakh rupees they brought from these money lenders. That was all cleared by this salarjung. These Nizams, they got how much amount? 2 crore 70 lakh from money lenders. All this amount that was cleared by the salarjung only, and brought back all the golden ornaments which were mortgaged. Right, like that. This is also one of the important things you have to remember in economic reforms. Agriculture that advanced well. So internal trade and commerce that developed. Internal trade and commerce that developed. Agriculture, especially what happened? Agriculture that developed, we can say. And internal trade and commerce. Internal trade and commerce that also advanced. Trade and commerce. Internal trade and commerce that also advanced, like that we can say. So like this, in economic reforms, what happened? Measures have been taken by this one. The coin introduced by this salarjung one is Hali Sikka. Mint was established there at Mint Compound Secretariat. Regional mints Gadwal and Narayanpet. Gadwal and Narayanpet only he established, right? Then coming to police reforms. So he wanted to bring especially as police reforms also. Okay. So there's especially what happened. Police reforms we are calling. Department of Police that is called Makhama Ikotwali. Okay. Police reforms we are calling. These police reforms we are calling. Police station is called. So these police stations are called chowkis. Chowkis we are calling. Police stations are called, how in the sense they are called chowkis. Department of Police. So this Makhama Kotwali, like that it was said. Okay. So Makhama Kotwali. Makhama Kotwali, like that it was said. Kotwali. Makhama Kotwali, Department of Police. This is Department of Police. That is called Makhama Kotwali. Police stations are called chowkis. Okay. Police inspector was called Mahatamin, like that it was said. Police inspector was called Mahatamin. Okay. So like that. So police inspector, he was called Mahatamin, like that it was said. Police and revenue, they were bifurcated in 1867. Police and revenue. This police as well as revenue. So they were bifurcated in the year 1867 only. Okay, like this. So he brought some police reforms also. Police stations are called chowkis. Department of Police, Makhama Kotwali. Inspector was called Mahatamin. Okay, maintained the things well, like that it was said. So in every district, okay. So there is a superintendent of police. Superintendent of police. So police inspector or superintendent of police we are calling. Mahatamin is superintendent of police, police inspector, otherwise he was called. Okay, so SP, superintendent of police, police superintendent, we can say. He was called how, in the sense he was called Mahatamin. He was called how? He was called Mahatamin. So there is Mahatamin, like that it was said, right? So there is Mahatamin. So there is SP supervisor, like that it was said. Got idea? Like that, that is also one of the important one that introduced by this one. Right? Then after this one, if you see educational reforms. Educational reforms were also brought by, so this one, educational reforms. Salarjung brought even educational reforms were also brought by this one. Educational reforms. Coming to these educational reforms, what happened? Number of institutes were established by this one. So there is Darul Ulm that was established in the year 1855. So educational center schools, Darul Ulm. So there is Darul Ulum that was established in the year 1855 by this one only. That is first one, we can say. Then City High School that was started by this one in 1870. City High School. City High School that was started. This only became City College later. City High School that was started in the year 1870. In which year? In the year 1870 only. So this was started. Chadarghat High School that was started in the year 1872. Chadarghat High School. Chadarghat High School that was started in the year 1872. In which year? In the year 1872 only. Chadarghat High School that was started. Okay. City High School that's in the year 1870. Chadarghat High School that is in the year 1872, like that it was said. 1872 only that was started. Okay. Then Madrasa-e-Aliyah that is in the year 1873. Madrasa-e-Aliyah. So there is Madrasa-e-Aliyah that was established in the year 1873. Madrasa-e-Aiza. This Madrasa-e-Aiza that was started in the year, so Aiza, in the year 1878 only this was started. Okay, this is for noble class. This is for nobles, like that it was. So this is for family members of these rulers. So like that. So here, so there is Madrasa-e-Aliyah. So for the children of the rulers, especially Madrasa-e-Aliyah, for the children of noble class, otherwise rulers. For this rulers' sons only this was established. So this one is established. Okay. So this Madrasa-e-Aiza, royal families, like that it was said. For royal families only this was established, like this. So what happened? Madrasa-e-Aliyah, Madrasa-e-Aiza. Year is important. Okay. So here 1873, this one 1878, this one, like that. So that was all happened. So Gloria Girls High School that was in the year 1891. Gloria High School. Gloria High School that was also started later, like that it was said. Okay. Gloria High School that was also started. Right? So like this, all these important things they happened, like that we can see. Got idea? So by that time, especially what happened, foundations, all these were laid by this one. So Gloria High School especially, but later full-fledgedly it was started in 1891 after the death of, so this salarjung. Okay, so like that. So there is all these important things. Educational reforms we are calling. Engineering college that was also started. Engineering college that was also started in 1870. Engineering college that was also started in the which year? Engineering. This engineering college that was also started, like that it was said. So like that, educational reforms, they are also one important point we can remember, right? So like this, all these things that happened in the period of this one. Then if we see judicial reform, Supreme Court that was established by this one, and High Court that was established at the same time. So civil and criminal courts were established by this one. Okay, so like this, number of reforms were made by salarjung, we can say. Then so judicial reforms, if we see judicial reforms, because judiciary, that is very very important. Judicial reforms, these judicial reforms we are calling. In judicial reforms, if you see, so in judicial reforms especially, so during this time what happened in the sense, okay, so there is so in Hyderabad he established, especially, so the Supreme Court that was established by this one. Supreme Court that was established, Supreme Court that was established, this is called Majlis-e-Murafa. Majlis-e-Murafa that was established by this one. Okay, then civil court, that is called, civil courts were established by this one. Civil court that is called, so mothers were there especially, so Diwani Adalats we can say. Okay, Diwani Adalats. So Makkah there is especially Sadar Diwani Adalats. Sadar Diwani Adalats we can say. Sadar Diwani Adalats. And the criminal court that is called criminal court. This criminal court that was called, okay, so there is Sadar Nizamat Adalat. Sadar Nizamat Adalat, otherwise Fauzdari Adalat. So Adalats, Nizamat Adalat, otherwise Fauzdari. This Fauzdari Adalats, like that it was. So like this, civil and criminal courts, they were also established by this one. Judges are called Nazims, we can say, judges there. So Qazis, otherwise Nazims, like that. Separate Muslim courts were also established by this one. Separate Muslim courts were also to deal the cases of Muslims. So separate Muslim, especially Supreme Court, that is very very important. Civil court, that is Diwani Adalats, criminal court, Nizamat Adalats we can say. Sadar, that is common. Okay, so like that here. So judicial reforms, that is also another important one. Then coming to transportation reforms in the field of transport reforms, we can say, in the field of transportations, reforms in the field of transportation, reforms in the field of transportation, especially what happened. So yeah, the salarjung's period only, railway and waterways they were started, like that it was. Grand Trunk Road between Hyderabad and Sholapur, that was started. Grand Trunk Road, that's in 1869. GT Road, 1869, Grand Trunk Road that was started. There's a GT Road we are calling Grand Trunk Road that was started between Hyderabad and Sholapur, comes in Maharashtra. Sholapur. That is in which year? In the year 1869 only. So this important things that happened. In 1874, first railway line, so Secunderabad and Wadi, that was also established. Secunderabad and Wadi we can say. So in 1874, Secunderabad and Wadi railway line. Secunderabad and Wadi railway line that was started. Railways. So railway line that was started. So like this, that is also on Secunderabad and Wadi railway line that was also started, like that it was. Then Buckingham Canal dug up from there is especially, so Kommanur in Krishna to Madras. Okay, so this Buckingham Canal that was also dug in the period of this British, in the period of this salarjung, Buckingham Canal. Okay, so like that, British got the Buckingham Canal dug up from this so Kommanur, 1877 only, this Buckingham Palace. So this Buckingham Canal, not palace. Okay, Buckingham Canal that was established. Okay, this is also happened in the period of, so this in which year? In the year 1877 only. In 1877 only this Buckingham so canal, like that it was said, right? So other reforms if you see, Sati in Hyderabad state, that was abolished or banned. Telegraph system line that was from Hyderabad to Mumbai, that was established. Sati was banned. Other reforms if you see, what other reforms are there which were introduced by this, especially salarjung? Okay, what other reforms there are there in the sense here? Other reforms. If you see other reforms, so especially sati system that existed here and there, sati system that was completely abolished. Sati system that was abolished, like that we can see. Sati system, what happened? That was completely abolished. Okay, that is one of the important things you have to remember. Sati system that is completely abolished, that is one. So then during the period of this salarjung only, what happened? So a telegraph line that was started from Hyderabad, Mumbai. Telegraph line. This telegraph line that was started. Okay, between this one, so there's Hyderabad and Mumbai, like that it was. Industrial exhibition that was organized. Industrial exhibition that was also established, like that, organized, like that it was said. That's in the year 1856. Industrial exhibition, that's in which year? In the year, so 1856 only. Postal department that also came into force. Postal department. This postal department that was also established. Okay, postal department that also came into force in the year 1862, like that it was said. In which year? In the year 1862 only. Postal department that also came into force, like that it was said, right? So like that, all these important things that happened. Financial assistant that was made to Aligarh Muslim University, which was started by Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. Aligarh Muslim University, financial assistance that was given by this salarjung, like that it was said. So because he was a prime minister during that time. Okay, so there is so during this period, especially Aligarh University, so there is Aligarh University provided money. So all these important things happened in the period of this one. At last, salarjung, when he was dead in the year 1883. So in 1883 only. So at last he was dead in 1883. Salarjung was dead in which year? In the year 1883 only he was dead. So after the death of this salarjung, what happened? Mir Mahbub Ali Khan got full powers. Who came and who? So there is gave all powers to this, especially Mir Mahbub Ali Khan. It is Lord Ripon. Lord Ripon conferred. Lord Ripon only conferred all powers to Mir Mahbub Ali Khan. Lord Ripon's period, that is 1880 and 1884. So he was called father of local self-government. He was called how? He was called father of local self-government. Local self-government we are calling. So father of local self-government, Lord Ripon. So in the period of Lord Ripon only he visited and handed over all powers to. So he only handed over powers to. So powers have been given to Mir Mahbub Ali Khan. Mir Mahbub. This Mir Mahbub Ali Khan. Okay. So like that, these important things they happened, like that we can say. So there's they have been given like that, Mir Mahbub Ali Khan, right? So all these important things they went well in the period of. So this salarjung one. Original name is Surab Ali Khan. The coin introduced by this one is Hali Sikka. Hali Sikka. Mint was established there in Hyderabad. At the same time, so this Gadwal and Narayanpet regional mints were also established by this one. So like this Jilabandi system, that is very important one, which is introduced by this one. Supreme Court is called Majlis-e Murafa and Department of Administration is called Majlis-e Malguzari. Majlis-e Malguzari, like that it was said, right? So all these important things they happened in the period of this salarjung, like that it was said.